Hey, do you know that in YouTube, you can press the greater than sign key and it will speed up the video. If you press it twice, it will speed up it even more. If you press the less than key, it will slow down the video. Let's try.
เจนค่ะเจนค่ะหนูชื่อเจนเมื่อกันเพื่อนก็มากระโปรงนุ่นค่ะหนูชื่อนุ่นมากระเจนแล้วมากระโปรงโบค่ะโบค่ะหนูชื่อโบมากระเพื่อนก็มากระเจนลันลันลันลันลันลันมาบอกกันเลย
Okay, let's write our first C program together. I will be using the online gdb.com because that's the easiest tool to get. You don't have to install anything and you can use it on any computer, Windows or Macintosh, or even an iPad or iPhone. Okay, let's try to make the first line into what we just have heard.
เจนค่ะ and then the next line, let's just copy and paste. And my name is Jane. I came with Noon. And I came with Bo.
Okay, before we run the program, let me explain how the program works and what is the basic structure of the program in C. In the C language, everything is a function. Even the main function is a function. This one is a function called main. Main is the name of the function. And in the parentheses here are what we call arguments to a function, which in this case is an empty list of arguments. What are the arguments? Sometimes we call them parameters. They are the things that make the function return different values depending on the values of the arguments. In this case, what does the function main actually return? It will actually return something called int. Int is like a data type of a return value. We call them return type. And in this case, int stands for integer, which means just a number. And you may have noticed that in the last line of the program, it actually says return 0. That means it will return the value 0 as the exit code of the program. You see, that 0 is the same as what we call the exit code of the program. Exit code of 0 means there is no error. Other exit codes mean there are errors. What else do you notice in this program? They are the curly brackets. It's difficult to pronounce them properly. It's curly brackets. It's this one. In Thai, we call them วงเล็บปีกกา That means parentheses that looks like wings of a bird. I don't think they look like birds at all. Anyway, they are the beginning and end of a block of code. And here you see the body of the program consisting of 3 lines of printf commands. Very basic program indeed, but it's a working program. You may also see that at the end of each line, there is a semicolon here, and even here. Semicolons means the separation of different statements. In fact, if you put 2 statements next to each other on the same line, and if you put the semicolon in between them, they will be interpreted as statement 1 and statement 2, different statements. You don't have to use the new line at all. In fact, if you use the new line without the semicolon and you compile it, there will be an error because C doesn't care about new line. C only care about semicolon. So that's all of the C program. What else do you notice here? Oh, the header. The header, what is the header? It's here. It includes stdio.h, stdio.h. It stands for standard IO, input and output. It actually describes the basic input and output functions such as scanf and printf, which is taking input and printing output. And what are the things that are in the beginning of the program that doesn't look like any programming language at all? It looks like English, basic English, like human language. Is here. They are comments. One way to write a comment in C is to begin with the star and ends with a star slash. There is another way to write a comment. I'll tell you in a bit. So let's see how this code runs. Wow, you see the result here? Jane ka, Jane ka. My name is Jane. I came with Nun and I came with Bo. There are problems here. We want them to be in separate lines. We even wrote them in separate lines, but they came out in just a single line. In fact, C doesn't care that you write the code in different lines. It just prints out all the text that you want in the same line, unless you tell it to put a new line character in it. And the new line character in C is \n, \n, and \n. Let's see how it works. Ha!
Jane ka, Jane ka. My name is Jane. I came with Nun and I came with Bo.
In 3 different lines as expected. Wow, that's good. And you may wonder, we have \n, and do we have other things like \t? Guess what \t is? Let's try. Let me put the \t here and here and just click run. Oh, you see an indent here and here. \t means tab. And remember I told you about the semicolon being very important? Let's try to delete a semicolon here and click run. It doesn't work. It says here main.c 14:5. That means line 14 at the 5th character, which is around here. Expected semicolon before printf. Let's see. Why does it say the error is there? Because the error should have been here. Because earlier we put the semicolon here and it worked. And when we deleted semicolon, it complains that the error is here. It's because when it encounters a new statement and it doesn't have the semicolon to end the previous statement yet. That's why there was an error. So should I fix it by putting the semicolon here? I could, but it would not be beautiful. It works better if I put semicolon here. I mean, it works better on the eyes. It's much easier to read and it's a more acceptable way of putting semicolon, which is right after the statement. Let's try. So now it works. To prove the point, let me just try putting the semicolon somewhere here. It still works. What if I put it here? It works. What if I put it here? It works. What if I put many of them? It still works. It doesn't matter how many of them you put in. But let's just be conventional for now and just put one semicolon at the end of each statement. What if I put two statements together in the same line without a new line, but with a semicolon between them? It still works. In fact, everything in your C program can be on the same line and it will work, provided the line is not too long. But it's much easier to read like this. Let's talk a little bit about the printf command. You probably know what print means already. Print just means to print something on the screen. But what does f means? F here means format. It means print with a format. What kind of format? A format may be like put the number here, put the string here, put a floating point here, or put a tab and a new line here and there. We are not using any of those features of the printf command yet, but we will be using it in the later assignments. And you should also know that apart from the printf commands, there are other relatives to the printf commands, which are sprintf and fprintf. So sprintf is like printing to a string. Remember when I say string, it means a text. And fprintf, this one is printing to a file, like a text file. In fact, right now, let's play around with printf a little bit more so that we see what we can do with them. Take a look at this line. My name is Jane. I came with Nun. What if we want to put them in separate lines? We could do this, \n, and they will be in different lines. But can we do this? Can I just say, I press enter here? We would run. Oh, there are a lot of warnings and errors because I just said that C doesn't care about new line at all. In fact, I think I said something wrong there, because for the printf command to print a string, anything in between the quotes here are called a string. The string cannot be broken into two lines, otherwise it would confuse the compiler. If you want to separate text into different lines, then you have to end the first statement first, and then you start a new statement on the next line. And let's get rid of the \t here so that we are not confused by it. And that works much better. Okay, can one statement be on different lines provided that we do not break the string? Yes, we can. Let's try. We can put them in 3 different lines if we want. These 3 lines are the same statement of the same printf command. But you see, this whole string lives on the same single line, and that would work. Ta-da! Okay, let's try to finish this song. And we want an empty line, right?
นุ่นค่ะนุ่นค่ะ
And we are all programmers. We like to copy and paste, and don't be ashamed of it. Just be careful.
My name is Nun. I came with Jane. And I came with Bo.
Okay, and the third phrase, I just copy and paste here. I'm too lazy.
โบค่ะโบค่ะ My name is Bo. I came with Nun. And I came with Jane.
And to make our code easier to read, let's put some comments in it. And I told you the comments in C looks like this. Start with slash, star, and end with star slash. First phrase. And here, second phrase. Did I forget something? I forgot to put the comment marker. But there is a different way to put the comment marker, which is easier than the first way, which is to use the slash slash double slash, means comment just on that line. And in many programs, you can use control slash as a shortcut to put the comment for you. And click run. I think you just warned me and I forgot to put the new line characters in. So let's just do that. And try again. Okay, now sing. Just kidding. Okay, the program is finished. So what should I do next? Okay, now the good habits of writing a program is to always claim your work. If you write something, you have to put your name on it. So let me put my name in the comment of the program, just on the top here.
Code by Mock Suwannatat. The 2nd of May 2020.
And also I want to print out my name as well. And after putting my name here, I should also put some credits to the artist, to the creator. And we're done. So in this video, you have learned about the basic structure of a C program. In C, the mindset is that everything is like a function. Even the main function is a function that returns some value. A return code return value of 0 means the exit code is 0. That means there is no error. The programmer used the error code in the return value to indicate different kind of errors if they are not 0. In the C program, on the first line, usually you will see include something.h, especially stdio.h. That is the basic library for the input and output that every C program uses. Every statement in the C program ends with a semicolon. The semicolon, not the new line, is the main separator between different statements. And to print something out to the screen, we use the printf command. F in printf means format. That means we can use the formatting to adjust our output to our needs. To put a new line in the printf command, we have to use \n and put \n inside the quotation mark. And the same string, a single string, usually cannot be broken into different lines. Finally, we learned that putting a lot of comments in the program will make your program much easier to read and to debug later on. And the comments are not run by the compiler, but they are read by the programmer, which is yourself or other people who works on the same project as you. And a good practice is to put a lot of comments that are easier to read for the human beings. Another good habit of a good programmer is that you have to put your name in your work. It's called claim your work. Put your name there in the comment, put your name there inside the output if it is specified by the assignment. And also, it is very important to give credit to the owner of the work that you use to make your work. For example, if you use a poem or a song lyrics from another artist, you have to give credits to them as well. And congratulations, you just wrote your first C program. Good job! จบ